So last time we were studying the third mantra of the second Valli, second Adhyaya, KaTopanishad. So this is the 28th class on KaTopanishad. That's over a year now, more than a year. So we have studied all these concepts in a lot of detail. We have been building this topic, and we have come to the epitome of what KaTopanishad is. That is this Valli. Valli 2 and Valli 3 is the epitome of what the KaTopanishad is teaching. So, and the main concept is, it starts with the third mantra that we were doing. So in the last class, we were studying the third mantra, which was Urdhvam Pranam Unnayati Apanam Pratyak Asyati Madhye Vamanam Asinam Vishve Devaha Upasate. So it's a basic thing. What it's saying, like we know Pancha Pranas. I was explaining the Pancha Prana. The center of the body, in Ayurvedic sense, the center of the physical body is the fire, right? Which is, in terms of, translated into medical terms, it is metabolic activity or whatever, digestion, whatever breaks down things. So the fire. Now the Pancha Pranas, prana is bringing the nutrients to the fire, right? Samana is digesting, which is basically breaking down whatever prana brings. Samana, with the help of the fire, breaks down, and it breaks down into what is useful and what something which is useless. What is useful, Vyana distributes to all parts of the body, right? So that's, and then what is useless, Apana excretes it. And then finally, what is useful and assimilated, Udana expresses it. It is not, we are not trees, right? We have expression. So there has to be one prana which does an expression, and that is Udana. Udana is for expression. So that is the Pancha Prana of the physical body. The same way, Pancha Prana of the mind, right? Mind is also fire. There is a fire in the mind where prana brings sensory information, right? Samana with the fire of the mind is breaking down, which is buddhi, understanding, and then Vyana is assimilating, that is our learning, and then Apana. Somebody, Mahesh asked me last time, what is Apana in mental terms. I think it is Vismriti, it is forgetting. What is useless is forgotten. So Apana is forgetting, and then finally Udana is expressing whatever we have learned. So that is the physical fire and the mental fire. All these are the functions of the Pancha Prana.
That's why we do Pranaya, Swaha, Samana, Swaha.
Yeah. So each prana is treated, when we say Swaha, it is always to Agni, right? So that is our offering to the Agni. So here Pranagni. So Pancha Pranagni, when you do a Naivedya, which is, so you eatables, you do a Naivedya, you are offering it to the 5 Panchagnis, which is Vayu, Pranagnis. So they are the Pranagnis, and when you say Pranaya Swaha, Apanaya Swaha, I offer it to Prana, I offer it to Apana, Vyana, Udana, Samana. So the 5 fires of Prana. So Pancha Pranas. That's the Pancha Prana, which keeps all the body. When somebody is alive, his Pancha Pranas have to be active. When that is even an abstract idea, right? When you bring it down to the level of our understanding of today's science, it's basically muscular and neural activities, but they're all abstracted into certain things that brings in, that excretes, that assimilates, and all those things. Functions of Pancha Pranas. So when somebody is alive, the Pancha Pranas should be working. Right? Alive means being active, internally, externally, whatever, but the Pancha Pranas should be working. So what this is saying is, Urdhvam Pranam Unnayati Apanam Pratyak Asyati Madhye Vamanam Asinam Vishve Devaha Upasate. So he takes the prana up, he pushes the apana in or down, he sits in the middle, in the heart, and all the devas, Vishve Devaha means all the devas are Upasate means devas are nothing but, this is talking about adhyatma, which is in our body. The devas are the abhimanis of different sensory organs of actions, manas, buddhi, ahankara, chitta, all the functions that we have, they are the abhimani devatas. So they are saying they are doing their jobs in this body as an offering to someone who is sitting in the heart. And as an example, it's just saying prana and apana, but they are just two of the innumerable Vishve Devaha, all the devatas who are the abhimanis, who keep the body functioning. They are doing their jobs as an offering to the one who is sitting. Vamanam means that short one, or the atomic one sitting in the heart. So as an offering to him. But so what this is teaching us is, this is the start of the important topic I was talking last time, and that is, our understanding is somebody is alive if his pranas are working. Right? So we think that some person is alive because his pranas are working, but here the prana is working because somebody is pulling the strings. So it is giving you the high. So physically, the physical cause and effect is, heart beats, somebody is alive, somebody is breathing, somebody is alive. But it is what this mantra is saying is, that is not even the real cause. The real cause is up there, because he is the one who is pulling the strings, and prana, apana, vyana, all these are playing their parts, because without whose influence even they themselves cannot work. So that is what this mantra is saying. That is, each one is a channel. Each one is a channel. Nobody is independently doing anything. So basically we have these illusions. We have this illusion of local causes, right? And then if we look from bacteria all the way to man, right? Prakriti has given all of us cognitive bias, a kind of cognitive bias, which is, we look for local causes. Okay, I'll explain what that is. And we look for short term. That is what we understand. Animals, they don't think of long term. They, I'm hungry, I have to go and eat, that's it, right? The same way, local causes is, somebody is doing something. That is all we look. So these are two delusions that Prakriti has put in everything, from the virus all the way to man. That these cognitive, why does Prakriti put all these cognitive bias, which we call Ajnana, Maya or Ajnana, right? Why? Because Prakriti has to be in perpetual motion, and Prakriti will do what will cause Prakriti to be eternally in a cycle, right? That is Prakriti. So Ajnana is eternal, and Ajnana is uncaused. You can say Ajnana is also caused by Prakriti, because Prakriti is the cause, because Prakriti is an eternal cycle and wants to keep it that way. And the way to do it is to make it natural to look at only short term, and to make it natural to only look at local causes. So what is local cause is, let's say, we have done this in the Bhagavad Gita, but this goes to another higher extent, which is, you say, let me show this one. So all these are causes, right? These are causes, these are effects. What we saw in Bhagavad Gita, in Karmanyeva Adhikaraste Mahaphaleshu Kadachana, what we saw, our rules of thumb or our simplistic thinking is, A did something to B. Or let's say Sunil teaches KaTopanishad. So all of you will have that idea, Sunil teaches KaTopanishad. But what is that picture? That is only this picture. Right? I am doing something. In the Bhagavad Gita, what did we see? That there are multiple causes, and all of these are partial causes, and they are chains of causation. So this is a chain, right? All these are chains of causation, right? Of which we have one link in between. That means I would not have come to the class if my car didn't work. This class cannot go on if somebody comes and disturbs, or you force me to stop, right? All of this have to be in place for this A to B to happen, right? So these are partial causes and chains of causes. But the simplistic view is what that Sunil taught KaTopanishad. But actual complex picture is all these things fell in place, therefore this event happened. We never see that, right? So that is one thing. The other thing is, this is the higher view. The higher view is, would I have learned KaTopanishad if somebody made me literate, if I didn't go to school, if I didn't have the desire, if the KaTopanishad books were not available, right? So would that lecture have been possible? It's not possible, right? If all this, if the tradition did not bring it, if I did not get the desire to learn, and the desire is also what is it? You may say, oh, it comes from within, but it has to have. So the desire, you have to see something, and that should be desirable, right? Something caused you to look at something favorably. So those things have to occur. So even desire has to be from the environment, right? Something which is favorable. So all these have to happen for the KaTopanishad to be learned. So it is not as simple. When we say somebody is teaching about KaTopanishad, we do not look at this link. We do not look at this link. So basically what is the picture this Upanishad is showing? You can think of each one is a cup, right? One cup is pouring water, and many cups are pouring water into a big cup, and that cup is transferring to other cups. So to whom does the water belong? It is just the flow of water, right? One cup, somebody gave that knowledge, it came to me, it is channeled, right? So I don't own anything. Everything got mixed in me, and then it is going. The same way for every activity. How you became something, how you didn't become something. Everything, all of these came into me, then I am pouring it to something else, and then it goes on, right? And therefore, nobody is great or nobody is worst, right? They are all channels. Everybody is a channel. Activities are just flowing through us. But the simplistic view is, I am the cause of the activity. We don't look at what caused me. We only look at how it got mixed and how I am bringing forth. Even that has a lot of causes. So the simplistic view is, I did it. But the reality, this is not even emotional and all that. This is the reality. Reality is, all these things happen to me. Even genes happen to me, right? Because I didn't cause. So all these happened to me, and I happen to be the vessel in which all these different cups emptied, and then the water is flowing. So the water is not mine. The water did not belong to the person who emptied. Water does not belong to anybody. It is simply flowing.
Cup is also not mine.
Cup is also not mine, right? But the illusion is the cup is mine. The water which is in the cup is also mine. That is in the KaTopanishad. The Devas themselves says, Asmakam ayam viryam, Asmakam ayam mahima. When the Devas defeat the Asuras, the Devas for a split second, they think, this is, we are great, that's why we defeated the Asuras. And then, there is a swift retribution where Parabrahman comes and says, okay, what is your virya? Please burn this blade of grass. And Agni is not able to burn the blade of grass. Vayu is not able to blow the grass. And then they realize, we are just the cups. Whatever is flowing is just through us. We are just a channel of expression of these activities. These doesn't belong to anybody. This is just a eternal flow. So this view is the epitome of the teaching of the KaTopanishad. If you there are other things, arguments against it, right? we call as, you can say that's an insanity argument. A person did not kill because, he had this mental illness. Insanity, pleading insanity. Right? So, if good is not through me, then evil is also not through me. Right? Why should I be punished for evil? What will you say for that? The good is I'm just a channel for all the things coming through me, and I'm channeling it. I'm just mixing it, and things are happening. I'm under the delusion that I am doing it. It is the same for evil also, right? So, what would you say for that? Why would you punish somebody for doing some evil activity when he is just a channel?
How will you channel? How will you channel?
How I channel?
How will you channel different things which we learn and acquire, and how to make the flow move ahead?
Right.
That buddhi plays that role of how to channel, to make the flow happen beyond the karma stage.
Correct.
So that buddhi plays the role there.
Buddhi plays the role, but you have learned to use the buddhi in a certain way. That is what you have learned, right? Again, that's input from you. You look around, everybody is cheating, let me also cheat. Again, so you are channeling the environment through yourself. So why are you held culpable for evil which you only channel, right?
Karma phala.
So karma phala, does jada have karma? Jada, that is non-living, does it have karma? It does, right? Water flows, it has karma, means does it do karma? It does karma. Does jiva do karma? We do karma. What is the difference between jiva's karma and jada's karma? Jada's karma doesn't have karma phala, but jiva's karma has karma phala. Why? Jiva also has karma, jada also has karma. What is the difference between jiva's karma and jada's karma? Almost correct. Jiva's karma is through intent, right? Choice or intent. Jada's karma, there is no intent. There is no jiva in the jada. So it is also just channeling, right? If something moves, something also made it move. So it is also channeling, but the thing is, there is no intent in the jada. There is intent in the jiva, right? So the sukha and dukkha is because there is intent, and the result either coincides with the intent and you are happy, or doesn't coincide with your intent and you are sad. Basically, it is either what you intend happened or not is dukkha or sukha. So the difference between jiva and jada is that just intent, and the karma phala is because of the intent. Nobody owns karma. That is, karma theory is it's not that we are doing it. What intent did you have when the karma flowed through you? Nobody owns karma. Nobody owns karma. What intent did you have when the karma flowed through you? That is what determines. So I intended to create evil, and that karma flowed through me, and what you have been punished for is that intent and not the karma. That is the thing. So evil and all those things came in through you because of your purva karma, and there it came through you because of your purva karma. So you can go back eternally, and that coincides with the jiva prakriti. Why things came through you, not through somebody else, is because of your jiva prakriti. Nobody owns karma. Jiva prakriti is uncreated. So you have to. This is a very basic difference that you need to understand. Nobody owns karma, right? Nobody owns karma. What we call our own is our own jiva prakriti, one's nature. Jiva prakriti is what is uncreated.
Nature is not made. The jiva prakriti is not made.
Not made. That is what you call I. I mean, not the ahankara I, but the prakriti. based on which it is like a mango seed will create a mango tree, but a neem tree is from neem seed, right? So why those two things happen? The seed is channeling two different trees, but these two trees are different because of the inherent nature of the seed. So that's the thing. Because the tree is nothing but the soil and water transformed in a certain combination, and it's expressed. There's nothing new. Whatever was there is expressed in a different way. What is seed? Seed is nothing but a channel for that expression. And why a mango tree is expressed one way and not the neem tree is because the two are inherently different. Their inherent natures come out. Right? So what the basic difference is in the inherent nature of the seeds. That's it. So what is channeled, karma, nobody owns karma. What we own is intent or Jiva Prakriti. Because of Jiva Prakriti, all those things come in a certain combination only to us. But we think we created it. That's an illusion. So this is the kind of change of thinking one needs to have. The message of this mantra is: do not think you produce, do not think you create. Think that the things have channeled through you, and they have come in that unique combination through you because of your prakriti. It's like, think of yourself as a seed. The neem tree came through you, and the neem tree is nothing but the environment, the mud and the soil and the water and all those things in a certain combination expressing itself. But why it expressed itself in a certain way? Because it is in your nature. So the tree is nothing but an expression, but the way it's expressed is because of the nature of the seed. The same way, karma, I don't own, nobody owns. Karma, nobody owns. What we own is our prakriti. What we are channeling is the karma, which is like the cups filling each other, and we fill the other cups. So that is the change of attitude this is talking about. The cognitive bias that from virus to man that we have, that is there to perpetuate eternally nature, that is there because we have to perpetuate nature. But this thinking is that what is natural, only man's body is being called Puramekadasha Dwaram, because only man has the resources to be self-aware and see that these things are happening. Animals cannot do that. Only man can do it. So because man can do it, you step back and see that this can be reversed. This cognitive bias can be understood and reversed and changed. That I don't produce anything, evil or good. Right? All I do is intend, and karma is happening through me. The sukha, the dushkarma or the satkarma, it is all based on what I intend to do. Right? So nobody is important that without them nothing can happen. Everybody can be thrown. Somebody else will be replaced. Nobody is Indra, even Brahma, not important. Just but a tool. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna says, I cannot fight this war. In the Vishwarupa Darshana, Krishna says, Nimitta matram bhava Arjuna. You are a tool. If you are not there, somebody else will fight the war. It's like Vishwarupa is saying, the time has come, right? And the war has to happen because of some causes, local causes. You fight the war, or somebody else will fight the war. Nobody knows what will happen, right? Each one is channeling the karma through them, and the point has come that all these channels will cause a big war, killing each other, right? You just do the instrument. You just be the instrument through which karma is channeled, and then everything is fine. Karma phala is not there. When you are aware of that I am not the one doing, I am just channeling, then karma phala is not there. Karma phala is there only if you intend. Then there is karma phala. If you just channel it, then there is no karma phala. So that is the difference. The evil is not evil because evil karma is flowing because there is an intent and the karma flows through that intent. That is the thing.
So now what influences the intent?
Again, environment, right? So even intent is cups.
Pouring to make anything.
Yeah, because you have to learn to cheat, right? Everything is learned. It's all learned.
Yeah.
Even if you say it is from within, from genes, where did genes come from? Again, it so happened that your father and mother were like that. You didn't control that, right? So everything is pouring of the cups. Everything is pouring of the cups, and it so happened. And why it happened that way? Of the Jiva Swabhava brought all those things together in that combination, in that time, in that environment. So once you get that awareness that, I am not indisposable. I am not all important. I am not the one without whom nothing can happen. Everybody from Brahma down to a blade of grass is useless basically. Is not all important. They are just channeling. Brahma is channeling the activities, through him. But he is a Satvika. He is the ultimate Satvika. He has the understanding. But an evil, like an Asura, doesn't have an understanding of this. He thinks he produced it. All the Asuras influenced will think we produced it. That is the cognitive bias, that we produced it. That is the cause of karma phala. Either it is a good one or bad.
From intent to karma, what guides intent to become karma?
Multiple causes. So intent to become karma, like I intend to drink this water. All the signals need to work, right? If this hand is gone, prana is not working in my right hand. Even if I intend, can I open this bottle and drink water? No. So even for the smallest activity, there are millions of causes coming together. I intend, all this electric currents need to flow through my hand and then work a certain way, and I drink it. And water has to be available, right? So, even if you think of even the smallest activity, millions of causes need to come together for that things to happen. But the nature has made it such a way that we cognitively think that I caused it, because it's simple, right? It's simplistic, easy to understand. Otherwise, just to drink water, you'll have to think so much. You have to use a lot of resources to do all this thinking, which is useless basically. So you erase all that and just take the simplistic view. I drank water. But what this is saying is, change the thinking to I did it, from I did it to I channeled it. I just channeled. I am not important. That every Shastra, from every story, from Mahabharata, from Upanishad, from Purana, whatever it is, what it is telling you is, you are not indisposable. You are not all important, without which nothing can happen. You can be replaced, whoever you be. If Brahma can be replaced, what about us? Right? So that is the thing. That is the message of this Upanishad. Come down to reality. These are all unrealistic because these are not emotional. So that's why I want to stress that point, that these are not emotional. These are how reality is, but it is so complicated, we only take a simplistic view and just run with it, and that works. That is fine. But when some breaks, then we realize, oh, something happened. My intent and karma phala didn't go together, right? When something happened. So, but all the time, that is always there. So that is what this one is talking. That this is a chain which nobody owns. Who owns? That's why it's a urdhvam pranam unnayati. The simplistic view is prana makes me alive. But look at the whole view, whole big picture. It says prana is being pushed up. It says prana is also not doing. He is channeling. Right? Prana himself is channeling. Prana channels. And who is channeling? He says he is pulling the strings up. Pranam urdhvam pranam unnayati. Apanam pratyak asyati. He pushes apana down, in. Madhye vamanam asinam vishve devaha upasate. He is sitting in the middle, pulling all the strings, and the devas understand it and upasate. They offer their channeling, whatever karma goes through them. What is offering? Why do you have to offer? If you produce something, why do you have to offer? Krishnarpanamastu, you say. Why do you have to say Krishnarpanamastu when you did something? Because Naham Karta, Hari Karta. It is, I didn't do it. It happened through me. You did it through me. I offer that to you because you are the one who did it through me. Otherwise, there is no need to offer. Why should one offer something that one produced to some other when that doesn't belong to him? Right? Why that offering is done, why that swaha is done, in the Naivedya, is because it goes to where it belongs. It goes to, and like all these mantras, there's a very famous set of mantras. Agnaye idam swaha, agnaye idam namama, vayave swaha, vayave na idam mama. So that is na idam mama. I offer it to Vayu, na idam mama. This is not mine. Nedam mama, na idam mama, na idam mama. There's like a bunch of. I offer to Indra, na idam mama. It's Indra's. I offer to his superior. No, it's not even his. Belongs to Rudra. I offer to Brahma. Not even his. It belongs to somebody else. So that is all the mantras, which we do in Homa and all that. If you look at the meaning, it says, na idam mama, na idam mama. This is not mine, this is not mine. I am the channel. So that is the epitome of the teachings. The epitome of the teachings of this Upanishad, and actually all the Upanishad is, one is not the producer. That producer is an cognitive illusion, right? For like a rule of thumb which makes things easier, but one is just a channel. When there is a realization, that is when, in the first mantra, what did it say? Puramekadasha dwaram ajasya avakrachetasaha, belongs to somebody else. Anushtaya nashochati. Once he has this understanding that one is a channel, real understanding, nashochati, then there is no dukkha. Vimuktascha vimuchyate. Now he is completely free. He attains freedom. Vimukta, he has become mukta, because now there is no fighting between result and intent and all that. He is a channel, right? So, na idam mama. Once he says na idam mama, then what is a karma pala? There is no karma pala. So then vimuktascha vimuchyate. That's how this Upanishad, the Valli starts. So this is the picture it's talking, but this is just the surface. We are scratching the surface, because now starts the link between those two, Parabrahman and the link to the physical domain that we see. Right now, correcting this vision that each one, even when we do Ganesha, let's say Ganesha is also a channel. So you are doing the upasana of Parabrahman, where Ganesha is just a channel. Right? Ganeshaya idam swaha, Ganesha antargata, Ganesha namaka paramatmaya idam swaha. So he is doing his job because it is being channeled through him. And Ganesha doesn't have that illusion that it is because asmakam ayam viryam, asmakam idam mahima. Right? The same way, when you do this way, when you stop at the Deva level, all you get is praise. The Deva is giving this. When you do the upasana of the Parabrahman through the Deva, which becomes the Pratima, just the idol, then you are doing the Shreyas, the highest part. So that is the correction of vision in this mantra. Urdhvam pranam unnayati apanam pratyakasyati. So in the next mantra, now the question was what happens after death? After our normal death, which is death after which you are born again, and the final death where you are vimuktascha vimuchyate, where you don't come back to the cycle. So what is the difference? What happens after that death? Then Yama says, asya visramsamanasya sharirasthasya dehinaha dehat vimuchyamanasya kimatra parishishyate yetat vaitat. What else remains? Shesha means remainder, right? What remains? Kimatra parishishyate. What remains? He says, what? asya visramsamanasya sharirasthasya dehinaha. See, they are using sharira and deha because how many do we have? Stula is called sharira, right? Sharira literally means that which degenerates, that which falls down. Sharira is like that. The physical, right? Physical falls down. Visram samana is that which falls down. Visram samana is that which degenerates, which is destroyed. The physical body. Asya visram samanasya sharirasthasya dehinaha. Dehin means one who has abhimana. Like we feel we own this, right? That is the natural feeling. This is my body, right? Something happens, oh, this happened to me. So that abhimana factor, that is the one that's causing the pain and all this. That abhimana factor is what is conveyed through deha. So deha here is one that causes abhimana, which is the sukshma sharira. What is sukshma sharira? Manas, buddhi, ahankara and chitta. All these four together envelop the jiva in their sukshma form, sukshma sharira. Sukshma sharira has no destruction until mukti. That is the one that carries, that goes from one body to another body. Physical body has destruction, but sukshma sharira. So if you have mental issues, example, if you die, the mental issues doesn't go because the same manas is going to the other. It has to be corrected. I mean, it has to be corrected. It's when the physical form is destroyed, these abhimanas, these issues are not destroyed. They go from one body to another body until they are corrected. Physical something, if it's destroyed, it is gone. But sukshma sharira is never destroyed. Whatever applies to Atma, that fire cannot burn, water cannot melt, and whatever Gita says, applies to sukshma sharira also. Physical will cut the physical. Physical cannot cut the sukshma. Right? So jiva goes from one body to another body, which is physical body, to another physical body, always with two bodies. All the baggage. He doesn't leave the baggage. Only one baggage he leaves. That's the physical body. But all the others he carries with him. Right? Then unless it is corrected, there is no way you can leave it. Right? So physical is one to another, but you carry the baggage of your manas, buddhi, ahankara and chitta. Whatever you have learned, everything is carried from one physical form to another physical form. And the ajnana, the cognitive biases and all those stuff, you carry from one body to another body. That is never destroyed until the knowledge changes. Because sukshma, whatever happens in sukshma sharira is based on your understanding. Right? Nothing physical can change anything. Only understanding changes the sukshma sharira. Once your understanding is changed, just by change of understanding, that sharira itself is lost. It is like a sharira of thinking. You have sharira of physical form, there is a sharira of thinking, the manas, buddhi, ahankara and chitta, and they can be destroyed only by their kind of weapon, which is knowledge. Right? So knowledge will destroy that, and knowledge will destroy ajnana. So that baggage is never left. It goes from one physical form to other physical form. So what this says is asya visram samanasya. Visram samana sharira is what? Physical body. Physical body is destroyed. Visram samanasya sharirasthasya. Sharirastha means one who lives in sharira. Stha means living in. So living in sharira, physical, when that sharira falls down, dehin, right? That this abhimani who has the sukshma sharira, so asya visram samanasya sharirasthasya dehinaha dehat vimucchamanasya. Once he is vimuccha, means freed from his sukshma sharira also, kimatra parishishyate etat vaitat. What else do you think remains? This is indeed that. Like when Yudhishthira was going to Swarga, what accompanied with him was a dog, right? Dharma. what he's saying here is, Yudhishthira was going with his Sukshma Sharira. He lost his physical form, but he still had his Sukshma Sharira, right? He was not Mukta. So what remained with that Sukshma Sharira was its karma. When even that is destroyed, even when Ajnana is destroyed, Jiva is all alone. What remains? Etat Vaitat, Parabrahman himself. That's the only thing that remains. Ultimately, there is only one thing that remains with you, and that is that Parabrahman. Asya visramsamanasya sharirasthasya dehinaha dehad vimucyamanasya kimatra parishishyate etat vaitat. This is indeed that. This Parabrahman is indeed that.
And then important slok. This is such an important slok.
Beautiful. Also, this Valli is like, every mantra. You should come to the end of this Valli, and there is like the biggest mantra. Everybody, when they are doing Aarti and all that, you have to learn that mantra. Probably in 2-3 classes we'll come to that. Beautiful mantra. What we channel, and like we say somebody is great, it talks about that, what that person channels and what happens. It's a very beautiful mantra. So Stula is the physical body. What we call Sharira is the physical body. This body. Sukshma is the Manas and all the Indriyas and all that, which never is not destroyed until the final end. Right? So Dehat Vimucyamanasya, even that is gone. Then what remains? Etat Vaitat. Only he remains. Nothing else remains. Everything. That is, as you said, when all the baggage is gone, what remains with you? Is it me alone? He says, no. Only him remains. Dehad vimucyamanasya kimatra parishishyate etat vaitat. This only remains. And then he says, yes.
A question.
Yeah.
The difference between Sukshma Sharira that you're explaining and what we call the soul.
No, Sukshma Sharira is not soul. Soul is again a Western concept, right? So, like you can have soulless beings. Animals are soulless. Man alone has soul. We don't have that concept. Jiva and soul are not actually equivalents, because you can have soulless living beings. But for us, we cannot have living beings without Jiva. A thing is living because Jiva is there. And because Jiva is there, Jiva is always carried by Prana. So Prana has to be there. Prana is the one that makes things living. So there are two different concepts, right? So that Jiva with Prana, and Sukshma means like you have the physical body, and then you have Manas. Manas is, the definition of Manas is Sankalpa Vikalpatmakam. That means that faculty through which you plan, through which you decide. Not actually decide, but you look at options. Vikalpa means, should I do this, should I do that? Only that level. So Manas is that which does that. Manas is that which makes plans.
Thinking?
You can say thinking, yeah. But thinking, the whole process of thinking, I think decision and all those things are inbuilt. But here we separate all those. There is a thinking portion, and there is a deciding, judging portion and all that. So just the thinking portion, looking at options and making plans and desiring, all these is in Manas. Right? And then based on these options you decide, okay, I pick this and I pick that. That is Buddhi. Buddhi is Nishchayatmakam. That means you decide, you pick. It's all so fast. For us, the difference doesn't, we are not aware of it. But it's differentiated that way. And Ahankara is self-awareness. Right? You're aware of oneself, aware of one's thinking. Ahankara. And Chitta is Smaranatmakam. Every kind of memory on which all these are based. Right? Buddhi is based on memory. Manas is based on memory. So all Smriti is Chitta. So these four together, which is called Antakarana, the internal tools or internal resources, that is what is called as Sukshma Sharira. Manas, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chitta, or faculty of planning. Not the physical brain. The physical brain is still the physical form, but the faculty of planning, faculty of judgment, faculty of self-awareness, and faculty of memory. These four is a shell in which the jiva is wrapped, right? And that is wrapped by prana. Who is the one who is the carrier? Prana is always the carrier. He is the first one who goes into the jiva and then starts the activity of the heart. So that is Sukshma Sharira.
But that is the main difference, because the Upanishads and all of the scriptures has translated, so translation of Atma becomes soul.
Which is correct.
That is what we need to correct ourselves.
Correct, yeah. Because if soul and jiva were the same, then you cannot have soulless beings, right? He has lost his soul. You cannot. That doesn't make sense.
That's a Western concept.
That's a Western concept, yeah.
So Atma becomes Sukshma Sharira or Jiva?
Atma is jiva. Yeah. Jiva is called Atma. It's like the same, different name. Atma is a generic name. You can have Paramatma, you can have Jivatma, you can have. But
so belief when somebody dies, it's only Jiva, Atma, is it? It has a baggage of Sukshma Sharira.
yeah, somebody dies means your physical form is lost. But everything else is intact, right? All the baggage is already there. Dehat vimuchya manasya. Until that even the sukshma is gone. Until then, you are bound by its limitations. Right? Then once that is gone, then what remains? I mean, you have lost every baggage. Does something remain? Kimatra parishishyate? Etatvat. He says this is the one only thing that remains. Right?
So is ahankara ego or no?
Ahankara, like the ahankara that the Upanishad talks about. So ego is an expression of ahankara. See, ego, I think, in my sense, I'll say ego is mamakara, mineness. Right? I did it. No, it's mine, belongingness. Self-awareness is not bad. Right? Ahankara is like durahankara is like that which is mamakara, that which is bad. But self-awareness, without self-awareness, I mean, how the sadhana itself is not possible, right? You have to be self-aware to understand.
So again, it's translated wrong then.
Yeah, ego.
Mostly it's ego and your ahankara. That's what.
Yeah. So you think ego, you have to lose ego.
Yeah.
I mean, if I lose ego, then how will I do sadhana, right? So if ego is ahankara, you cannot lose ahankara and do a sadhana. Ahankara is a part and parcel of sadhana, right? Animals do not have ahankara to that large extent, but probably have some bits of ahankara, so they can never do sadhana. Only man has ahankara, so he can do sadhana. So ego, ahankara is not bad. Ahankara is self-awareness, which is actually good, or the foundation of the sadhana. Right? So I mean, all these translations are always problematic. So and the next one is na pranena na apanena martyo jivati kaschana itarena tu jivanti yasmin yeta upashritau. Again he's continuing. He's saying jivanti means what? You're living, right? So na pranena na apanena martyaha means a martya, or in English the same root is mortality. The mortal is what? One whose physical body always degenerates. See, if you look at civilizations, in Indic civilization, there has not been any, I mean, you can say in the Puranic stories, some other era, that's different. But in the known history of thinking, there has not been, I think, any school of thought which wanted to make the body immortal, like Egypt. That thinking only happened there. Our thinking has always been body will fall. Even when you call Sapta Chiranjeevi, Chiranjeevi means long living. It's not immortal. You cannot be immortal with a physical body. That is a basic understanding. The body is there, goes through the 6 states, right, and then is destroyed. Nobody can stop it. That has been the bedrock of all the schools of thought within Hindu Dharma. But you go to the stories where Hiranyakashipu wants immortality. Nobody should kill me, right? Up or down, animal or man, and all the combinations come and kill him. So whatever you say, finally that happens, right? Even Hiranyakashipu died. All the asuras did that, right? But if you look at Indic civilization, I don't think there's any philosophy, any school of thought within Indic civilization which wanted to make body immortal.
So why there are 7 Chiranjeevis, Hanuman, Parshuram,
Ashwatthama, Bali, Vyasa,
Yeah, why there-
Kripa,
Hanumascha
Hanumascha,
Vibhishana.
Vibhishana,
So
Kripa,
why
Vishnu.
there is the concept of the 7 immortal beings?
Not immortal, long-lived beings.
Long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chiranjeevi. Chira means long-lived. So because they transcend manvantaras, but finally they will leave their body, but they transcend the manvantaras, and they live. So for us, it's some short time, right? And then you have yugas who go through yugas, then who go through manvantaras and all the stuff. They are chiranjeevis because they go through across manvantaras. They are present. Hanuman is still present across manvantaras. So he is chiranjeevi, right? So physical forms, but physical form will always go. Physical form will always go. So that has been the bedrock of all the Indic schools, but not Egypt. Right? Egypt, they wanted to preserve that body. Even if you look at Christianity, right? When they say why they bury the body is at the end of days, it comes out of the grave, and then you are judged, right? So that body is still there, right? You cannot be cremated. Something of you should be there. Your bones should be there. And then you come up and you get all the skin and all the thing, and then you are man again, and then you are pulled up. Something like that, right? So that remanence of the Egypt thinking is still there in all those Mediterranean civilizations, where the body, the physical form, has to be immortal.
Even China, the
physical body.
So they bury everything along with all the luxury.
Yeah, see that. But in us, in our Indic civilization, I don't think I've heard of any schools of thought. Probably maybe after the advent of Islamic and British, maybe some schools changed. But originally, there's no concept of bury or cremates good objects or gold with the dead body. Nobody does that, right? You leave the concept is I want to cut the bandhana, right? You leave everything finally. Oh, tata, bye bye, right? You are saying, okay, I leave my physical baggage, I move on with my journey. That concept is there. Oh, I want to carry all this baggage with me and go to the next form. It's not there.
What about samadhi?
Oh, the samadhi. See, samadhi, as I told before, samadhi is only done for sannyasis, right? Those who have attained the vairagya, so they do not hanker back to their physical form. Like you have great saints, whose samadhis are there, right? Great saints whose samadhis are there because their thing was they had the vairagya. I don't think they took gold and all that put in the samadhi, right? I don't think why would they put it in the saint's samadhi? The samadhi is because they are entombed, but they do not hanker after their physical form. I mean, if somebody loves their physical form so much and you put a samadhi, then that person is lost. I mean, he'll always hanker towards his physical form. Cremation is like destroying everything that you were familiar with when you were alive. That's gone. Everything is gone. All my baggage related to my physical form is gone, lost, and I move on to my next journey. Yeah, nothing. Okay. Om Saha Nau Avatu Saha Nau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvi Nau Adhitam Astu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you so much.